Alright, it's time. We're here and we're going to be watching AEW Dynamite tonight. I'm very excited. It's going to be perhaps my first Dynamite ever since November, so I'm looking forward to it. I can see that tonight's card is absolutely stacked. The show looks pretty loaded. We got a big match featuring Bryan Danielson tonight, so that's another thing to look forward to. Also in action is going to be Jamie Hayter, of course, the AEW Women's World Champion. Also, we've got MJF, who's going to be in action in a title Eliminator match. So a lot is going down tonight. Looking forward to it. I can see Jonathan, my brother, is here. It's good to see you. I can see Tones, my brother, is here, and so is my brothers Money Badger and White Rabbit. It's great to see all of you. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody has been having a great week so far. My brother Ricky just joined the stream. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's gonna be hopefully a great episode of Dynamite. A lot is going down. We're gonna be having Jamie Hayter, who will be fighting the Bunny in a title Eliminator match. On top of that, we've got another title Eliminator. This time, it's gonna be featuring AEW World Champion MJF, who's gonna be taking on Konosuke Takeshita. So it's gonna be another great match right there. Now, the match that I'm looking forward to the most is Bryan Danielson's, because tonight is, as I've read, is the end of the road for Bryan Danielson. MJF, Bryan, they've been feuding, and in typical MJF fashion, he has put Bryan to go through obstacles every single week. This started back in early January, and Bryan has had to win every single match to finally get his shot against MJF. Tonight is the last obstacle, and this obstacle comes in the form of Rush, who Bryan will be fighting tonight. Hopefully will win the match and then go on to fight the AEW World Champion MJF. So that's going to be very interesting tonight. Bruce versus Bryan Danielson will be taking place. I can see Wyatt Rabbit is here. Good to see you. He says that AJ, did you hear everything about Impact Wrestling stealing Diana for automatic extension? I did. Yeah, Impact Wrestling is trying its sneaky way, because honestly, without Diana, I don't even know how Impact Wrestling is going to survive. The whole women's division, I think it's fair to say that Diana Purrazzo has been really the measuring stick for Impact Wrestling, or maybe, the one stick that the whole women's division has been standing on for Impact Wrestling. So Diana leaving would be absolutely, I can't even say terrifying, or maybe more than that for Impact. So we'll see how this goes. Ricky, it's great to see you. He says RIP Toxic. Is that right? Is Toxic Attraction split? Now that's crazy. Good to see you, Ricky. Good to see you. Jonathan, my brother, he says, big up AJ, big up everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing great, Ricky. It's great to see you. And as we can see, MJF is kicking off the show, of course, in arrogant MJF fashion. This is possibly my first Dynamite that I'm watching with MJF as champion, so lots to look forward to right here. It's been a long while. It's been a while, and once again, so good to be here. And do you think Thunder Rosa could return tonight? Texas is her home state. Well, that's a good point. That's right. Tonight's show is indeed taking place in Texas, El Paso, Texas. And whenever I think of Texas, I think of my brother True. And I see True is here. Good to see you, brother. He says, I'm sure MJF is winning this one. I think so, too. Yeah, he's got to win. He's the champion. Bryan Danielson has been on a winning streak, as we all know. He will soon be fighting MJF. So MJF has to win this match first. Absolutely, he does. Keep that streak alive, keep the fire burning. He must win tonight. Absolutely. Thank you, brother Jonathan. Thank you. Teasing, it's good to see you. Yes, AJ, no more Toxic Attraction. Now that's surprising, Ricky. That makes me want to tune into NXT now and check out what actually happened. It's good to see you, everybody. I can see that we also have Money Badger, my brother. Good to see you. We got Bojets in the house. My brother. Good to see all of you guys. Tonight's show is going to be good for sure, and kicking off things right here. Takeshita, and of course MJF, the world champion MJF. I think I haven't seen a single episode with MJF as champion, so this is possibly gotta be my first It's definitely good to see MJF. It seems like he's changed and matured a lot over the past few months. It's good to see him. Wyatt says Deanna and Josh Alexander and Trey Miguel and Mike Bailey really put Impact Wrestling on the map again. I agree. Ace Austin too. I totally agree. And without Deanna Purrazzo, I'm trying to think of the women's division right now. If you keep aside Deanna Purrazzo and Impact Wrestling, who do you have left? You've got Mickie James, who honestly is a veteran. So she comes in, she goes. She comes in. Mickie James is there. On top of that, you've got perhaps who else do you even have who would replace Deanna Purrazzo? It's hard to guess, actually. It is very hard to guess. I don't know who would be that support, that pillar for Impact Wrestling in the women's division. Really, it's a tough. Maybe Giselle Shaw, maybe, but again, the audience is split when it comes to Giselle as well, so we'll have to find out. But without Deanna, it's going to be tough for them for sure. Wyatt Rabbit, thank God. It's good to see you, brother. That's right. And Veermahan, I know. Veermahan is fine. He's fine. I've been training him the past few months. He should be fine. And here we are right now. MJF, of course, dominating, showing off. Takeshita, just nothing for MJF so far. It's been a walk in the park for him in this match. That's right. I hope Daniel does some move Rush does, the turnbuckle dropkick. That'd be interesting. Of course, Bryan Danielson. I did not catch any of those matches, but from what I've read, he's had a tough month for sure. He had to go through some very big names to get to this point. Tonight, as we know, is the last match, the last obstacle between himself and, of course, MJF. One last obstacle. If he's able to get through it, he will get his hands on MJF. So tonight is a big night for Bryan for sure. And here we are once again, MJF just grabbing the arm of Takeshita and getting it down one more time. Now up back on his feet, MJF. It's been a walk in the park for him, really, in this match. Look at this guy. Crazy. By the way, speaking of that, Jerry Lawler, unfortunately, he suffered a stroke, a major stroke, actually. But the good thing is that he is doing well. He has recovered. He is safe now. And, of course, there will be some rehab going on for the next few weeks. He is not able to speak very clearly right now, but the good news is that he's feeling well. And long live the king, Jerry Lawler. Our thoughts and prayers, of course, with Jerry Lawler. Let's see, Ricky says, that's right, everybody. We're also on Discord. If you'd like to chat with everyone on Discord, even if the show is not going on, you can absolutely do so. Thanks for that, Ricky. Good to see everybody, that's right. Tay Valkyrie is a free agent right now. Also, fun fact, she hasn't went. I know, she definitely is a free agent. I don't know what she's waiting on, but there has to be a plan in place. That's for sure. And we got Clay in the house. Clay, good to see you. We got Run DMG. We got Gary, my brothers, everybody. It's so great to see you. That's right. Super Bowl. Wait a second. He says, how are you doing? Eagles will win the Super Bowl this weekend. Go Birds. So the bigger news for me, I guess, right now is that Super Bowl is taking place this weekend. Is that right? Wait a second, guys. I need some confirmation. Is Super Bowl really this weekend? Let me know, please. I had no idea. Thank you. Clay, that's big news for me. What if Rosa brings taking out Saraya and Toni Storm at Revolution? You just never know. It's a possibility, actually. Yeah, it is a big possibility. I like that. I'm very eagerly looking forward to Revolution, one of my most favorite AEW pay-per-views of the year. Looking forward to it, absolutely. Tia will be a good surprise. If that happens, she'll be a good surprise, that's for sure. And here we are, and I just noticed, or I did notice before, but I realized once again that they have changed up the graphics and everything, right? There's a lot of LED screens on the stage. The ramp, it's all red and blue kind of colors that AEW has now adopted. A lot of people on social media called it a WWE ripoff, or maybe they said that maybe TBS, TNT, they wanted them to have the WWE kind of production. That's why so many LEDs and whatnot. We never talked about it, guys. How do you feel about this new look that AEW has? The new graphics, the new stage, ramp, everything. We never had a chat about it. Let's talk about it very quickly. How do you feel about it so far? And here we are once again, Takeshita trying to regain momentum, get the upper hand, but MJF trying to stay in control, grabs the arm of Takeshita. Now he has it up, and is he about to give him a tombstone? No, Takeshita reverses it, and oh, this could be it. This could be it. Takeshita could be. Oh dear Lord! And he goes for the cover. Is MJF gonna be able to kick out? Takeshita gets him back up again and slams him back down straight to the mat. MJF's out. He's down and he's out right now. If Takeshita wants to cover him, this could be his chance. Very interesting. And let's go Maxwell. Maxwell, you know it, Gary. You know it, brother. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which side am I on. Am I on the side of Maxwell, or do I think Maxwell... Actually, no. I've made up my mind. Maxwell's gonna suck forever, right? We gotta be anti-MJF forever. And that's what's gonna keep him successful. So let's just continue to boo MJF. That's right. Speedball reminds me of young X-Pac. Oh, Run DMG, first of all, so good to see you. Secondly, I do agree with that comparison. Yeah, that's a very good comparison. You know, if only the hair was a little bit longer, that'd be pretty cool. But I feel like Mike Bailey is so good. Yeah, he's really good. The one thing that I feel, actually two things. I feel like he could definitely be the face of mainstream wrestling. He's not yet. I know he's quite popular, especially amongst the independent fans and also Impact Wrestling fans, but I feel like two things that are stopping him a little bit right now are character work and all. By the way, that was big. Takeshita just sends MJF straight, headfirst, into the ring post. His head just bounces off the steel, and he falls back down to the ringside. That must have hurt. MJF should be down and out after that. That is crazy. It doesn't look too good right now. But again, going back to Mike Bailey, I feel for Mike Bailey, two things stopping him right now are character work. You know, only if he puts it a little more work on the character. He's great at wrestling. I know, you know, he really is pretty good, right? And all the karate and whatnot kind of reminds me of Cobra Kai as well. Only if he focuses on it a little more, maybe just, you know, exaggerates his character a little more, I think that might work. Second thing I feel is a mainstream TV deal. You know, if he gets to, let's say, NXT or maybe Dynamite a little more, I think he could succeed. So, let's see. Mike Bailey, I feel like, has a bright future. A very bright future, but let's find out. And here we are once again on the top rope, top turnbuckle. I thought that Takeshita had it, but now MJF with a reversal out of nowhere. And here we are. A spinning elbow strike straight to Takeshita. Takeshita with a beautiful reversal one more time. A clothesline from hell, and MJF is down, and so is his opponent. Both of them down and out, straight and flat on the mat, and the referee now with a double count. This is quite interesting. I can see all of the people up on their feet. Quite an opening match right here from the AEW World Champion. Really very cool. Twitter is down all day. Is that right? Wow. For me, I think it's working for me, but again, you know, different locations, different servers, so that could be it. But I believe that they rolled out Twitter Blue internationally today. It could be the reason why it's down. Quite interesting. Super Bowl is this weekend. Thank you for that, guys. It feels like yesterday when I watched last year's Super Bowl halftime, and I was like, wow, this one's pretty bad. Quite interesting. All right. Who do they have as the performers for the halftime show of Super Bowl, guys? Do you know? I feel like I don't even remember last year's halftime performance very well, honestly, who performed and whatnot. I don't really remember it, but I do remember that Super Bowl. Yeah, I believe Weekend. Yeah, I think it was the year before last year. It was 2 years before when the Weekend performed, and that was a pretty cool halftime show. I wonder who's doing halftime this year. And here we are, Takeshita once again in control. Is MJF really gonna lose here? Rihanna is doing it. Thank you for that, brother Run DMG. Thank you. And I can see my name is not Earl has just joined the conversation. It's good to see you. Is YouTube acting weird for anybody else? I did notice that the homepage wasn't loading. But if you look up, you know, the videos or whatever you want to look up, the search works. But the homepage wasn't loading for me either. Yep. Good to see you, Earl, or maybe my name is not Earl. And Andrew, my brother Nautic, it's great to see you. How are you doing, sir? It's great to see you. And here we are once again. Takeshita sends MJF back into the ring. Of course, MJF taking advantage. If I was a wrestler, I would never roll my opponent into the ring and then follow him into the ring. It just never works out. You know, if you want to stay in control, stay in the ring, wait for your opponent to roll in, and then take the advantage. These people never learn. And here we are, MJF, of course, taking advantage of Takeshita, trying to get in the ring after him. And here we are, spitting on the body of Takeshita. No, oh dear. And he was going to go for a knee stomp right there on the back of Takeshita. He rolls out the way. MJF goes knees first into the mat. And here we are, Takeshita now trying to regain control. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. I love that, Run DMG. Fly, fly. That's right. Not watching one episode of Super Bowl on NFL periods is true. That's fair enough, brother. I mean, I had no idea it was even happening this weekend. So there you go. There you go. But here we are. Ricky says, no, AJ, you're not streaming Super Bowl this weekend. We want you to be healthy. Thank you about that, Ricky. Thank you for that. Yeah, thanks. I really appreciate that. And here we are once again. Both the guys out. MJF is tending to his knee, obviously hurt. You know, after going knee first into the mat, you know, he went for a backbreaker on Takeshita using that same knee. Obviously, that's the bad knee right now, hurting pretty bad. Takeshita once again regains control, gets MJF down, goes for the cover, close call, and MJF kicks out. Wow. This could be the moment, and Takeshita once again, knee first, into the face of MJF. He's down and out. Cover, it's a 1, it's a 2, and MJF, in the nick of time, gets its foot up on the rope. With that being said, that's a rope break. And the match continues. Quite interesting. Dynamite, new set is professional, thumbs up. I think so too, Randy. I like the set too. I mean, I understand that the previous set was quite, I would say, nostalgic now. If you talk about, you know, the early days of AEW and whatnot, definitely that old set will be forever loved because that was the, you know, that's the set that they actually built this new company up, and that was the foundation stone. So that set will forever be loved. But I do agree. I like the new set. I like it clean. I like it better. And it also looks professional. I agree with that. And here we are, once again. MJF grabbing the arm of Takeshita. This could be it. Yeah, and the match has been going fairly long as well. About 16 minutes. No commercial breaks. AEW, I love you for this, right? I mean, had this been the WWE, you know there would have been at least one commercial break so far, so this is great. I'm loving it, that's right. Speedball only 5'6" and 150 pounds, that's right, Ron DMG, that is correct. Another thing that he might have had to work on, the weight. AJ, did you get some sleep? I did sleep for about, what, like 5.5 hours, which is pretty good, right? So, yeah, I did. Thanks, brother. An MJF versus Danielson 60-minute match at pay-per-view. Never give up high ground. That's right. You're right, brother. And here we are. With that being said, MJF gets his victory. That's right. And he wins the first title eliminator match of the night. We still have the match, the women's match here, the women's title eliminator, which is going to be Jamie Hayter and the Bunny. Still to come. But the first one of the night, MJF wins it. As expected, right? AJ is taking a sheet towel. I have MJF for the win. I see it, Jason, my brother. That's right. And MJF did win the match. I think most of us here thought that MJF was gonna win, so that's pretty good. Did he just assault the referee? He did. He totally assaulted the referee. Wow, what the hell? Okay. MJF doing what MJF does, right? But I don't know why did he have to assault the referee. I don't know if there's going to be any, you know, fines coming after that. But here we are. MJF is victorious. Andrew says, sorry, I was giving my dog a bath. No problem, Andrew. That's important. It's good to see you, brother. It's great to see you. Here we are. MJF is victorious, and he's just assaulting, ambushing Takeshita. Oh dear, and he's busted him wide open with the ring on his finger. You know, he gave him headshots over and over again with that ring, and Takeshita has been busted open. Bryan Danielson gets into the ring for the aid of Takeshita, and MJF in true champion fashion, or should I say cowardly fashion, rolls out the ring to his safety. But at least Takeshita is safe for now. Bryan Danielson's big match is still to come. He will be fighting Rush. If he is able to win this match, he will finally get the match that he wants, the match against the AEW World Champion for the title, MJF. That's going to be interesting. MJF made after full gear. That's right, Ricky. And here we are. The paramedics checking on Takeshita. He's bleeding pretty profusely. That's terrible. Terrible. Anyways, let's see. No rules in AEW. That's right. Run DMG. Sometimes, rules are good because it keeps people safe and healthy. And as we see, without rules, yeah, it can get quite dangerous. And here we are, the paramedics checking on him, making sure the bleeding stops. And of course, Bryan Danielson also looking quite concerned. All right, Takeshita gets up to his feet right there. He's okay. And Samoa Joe now. The guy with two belts, Samoa Joe. Okay. Did not know that happened. I did miss on a few things, right? Okay. It seems like he also had a pretty brutal match with Denhausen. Oh my, alright. I'm looking at the recap right now. That looks pretty sick. When did this happen? Wow. That looks a pretty good match. And he cut off Wardlow's hair as well with scissors. Wow. Pretty cool. Samoa Joe looks like he's been having a great time in AEW so far. That's pretty nice. Okay. And Wardlow comes back with short hair and everything. Alright, that's cool. Nice. Maybe, you know what, maybe his new hairstyle is actually better. I like it better, honestly. Nice. And here we are, Butcher's coming back over here, Butcher and Blade. Speaking of Butcher and Blade, what about Mark Briscoe? We know that Mark Briscoe did perform, in AEW Dynamite in the memory of his brother Jay. Pretty emotional, pretty heartwarming. But what is the status of Mark Briscoe? Is he going to be a regular or is he going to come back, later on? Do we have any updates? Do we know anything about the relationship between Mark Briscoe and Dynamite? Any updates on that, guys? And I see Digging the Purple. Thank you for that, Andrew. Thank you for that. I thought that AEW has gone all purple, blue, and red, so why not get into the AEW colors right here? That's right. And Samoa Joe is ROH TV champion, back finals, I see. Alright, Ricky. That's pretty cool. And Joe Two Belts, King of Television, punked out Wardlow. Thank you for the recap, guys. Thank you. And here we are now. Title Eliminator, after Title Eliminator, here we are now with Jamie Hayter coming out, and she will be fighting the Bunny in this next match. Haters gonna hate. R.I.P. Jay Briscoe, them boys for life. Absolutely. Without a doubt, Ron DMG. But I really have really huge respect for Mark for doing what he did. I wasn't here for the watch-along for that episode, but I did catch his performance, his entrance. For Mark to keep a straight face, for Mark to come out here and do character work, great character work, stay in character, not break down into tears, and do what he did was absolutely incredible. I get goosebumps when I'm thinking about it right now. I have no words. What Mark did, last week, I believe, was just incredible. There are not a lot of people on this earth who can do what Mark did. And he did it for his brother, his legacy, his honor, his pride. And that is just so special about it. He can take all the time that he wants to, and I'm pretty sure he will, as he should. For his own mental being, for his family, stay with them, and come back. And I'm pretty sure whenever Mark decides to come back, the fans are going to welcome him with very open arms. That's for sure. Mark is incredible. That's right. I love that. And here we are now. The two ladies lock it up. Wait a second. You know what? Things might have changed, but I must say, Jamie Hayter looks just as good as she did yesterday, or yesteryear, as she does right now. Jamie Hayter looks good. Yep. Pretty nice. Wait a second. Is Rebel still not wrestling? Is Rebel ever gonna wrestle? What's going on with this lady? She's... Alright. I don't know. I mean, Look at Jamie Hayter. She used to be a sidekick for Britt Baker too, and now she's champion. But what about Rebel? Is she always forever gonna be a manager, a valet, a sidekick? Is she ever gonna get in the ring and get those hands? What's happening with Rebel? I really want to see her wrestle. I really want to see her get out there and work some matches. Not sure what's happening. Exactly, right? I mean, let's be honest. Jamie Hayter used to be a sidekick who used to come out in baggy trousers and t-shirt, right? Every single week. And here we are now, flawless, with the belt. Yeah, I'd like to see Rebel doing something like that too in the future. Here we are right now, the bunny actually dominating. Quite interesting. Nice. She's got the upper hand so far. Nice. 2 weeks ago on Dynamite. Thank you for that, my brother Ricky. Samoa Joe beat W last week for TNT title on Dynamite. Samoa 2 belts. Joe, indeed. I like that. When I was in Delaware, the news mentioned that Jay's 2 daughters were recovering very well from that. That's, I was just heartbroken when I read about Jay's daughters, and they were also in the car, but God bless. They're recovering. They're doing well. Yeah, it seems like they had some kind of nerve damage, if I'm not wrong, because the news story mentioned that they were not able to feel anything, below their waist. So that was quite concerning. But the fact that they're recovering well is just great. God bless. Yeah. And here we are now ringside. The bunny is dominating and just suplexes Jamie Hayter right into the steel steps. How is this even real life right now? How is the bunny dominating the AEW Women's World Champion is beyond me. Wow. Wow. Okay, and all on top of that, we get side-by-side advertisement for Harry Potter's new game, that is Hogwarts Legacy. I've tried the game for myself. I pre-ordered it. I played it once on the stream. It's a pretty good game. It seems like it's a pretty good game, so nice. But also, there's a lot of backlash when it comes to this game. A lot of people actually don't want to buy this game. They're making a lot of noise against this game. They are asking for a ban on this game because of J.K. Rowling and the comments that she's made, the insensitive comments, if I may, that she's made about the trans community specifically. So a lot of people are calling for a ban on the game. They don't want to play the game. I know a few streamers on Twitch actually, decided not to stream on Twitch for as long as they're running advertisements on this game, which is quite interesting. But apart from that, it's just sad to see. Overall, if I look at the bigger picture, it's sad to see how this beautiful and magical world of Harry Potter also almost got cancelled because of somebody's insensitive comments. I mean, it's sad, right? I thought that if one thing wouldn't get cancelled, it would be Harry Potter, but, what do we know? And here we are still, by the way, the bunny is dominating. I don't get it. I'm just as confused looking at this match as I am confused looking at the eyeshadow that the bunny is wearing. I mean, why is she wearing purple eyeshadow? I don't know if she wanted to color coordinate with me, but I don't get it. Anyways, she's still dominating. Yes, prayers for his 2 daughter. Absolutely, Ricky, without a doubt. Yep, good game. Should have squashed Bunny. Exactly, Run DFG. Exactly what I'm saying. Should have squashed Bunny. No brainer. That is true, AJ. I saw that on Twitter. That's right, Ricky. Yeah, a lot of people did call for bans on Twitch as well. Can cancel. Exactly, Run DFG. That's what I'm talking about. You can't cancel a magical world of Harry Potter. I mean, I've got so much nostalgia when it comes to Harry Potter. So many good memories when it comes to Harry Potter. I mean, my childhood was Harry Potter. It's something you just can't take out of me. All right, with that being said, Jamie Hayter now seems like she is getting back in control as she should. Both of them fighting as they stand on the apron. Jamie Hayter with a nice, wow, wait a second. Again, Bunny with a nice kick right there to the chest of Jamie Hayter. Hayter grabs her by the hair, sends her face first into the apron. And the ladies are down. We got Chris in the house. Chris, it's good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Fantastic to see you, my brother. That's right. And here we are back in the ring. And Jamie Hayter as well as the bunny. Nice. And ringside, there's some altercations taking place. Britt Baker. Okay. So of course, I did not watch the past few months. I'm a little out of loop, but is Britt Baker still cool with Jamie Hayter? Like, is there no jealousy, no conflicts between these ladies? Are they all cool? Are they still, rooting for each other's success? What's happening here? All right. And Ricky says, I see everybody streaming a new Harry Potter game, both on YouTube and Twitch, too. It's a nice game. It's a good game for sure. Yep, absolutely. Heck yeah. Chris, once again, great to see you. Jamie Hayter goes for the cover on the bunny, and she gets the victory. No surprise there whatsoever. Jamie Hayter, the AEW Women's World Champion, victorious over the bunny. This is great. And I can see James is here in the house. My brother James, it's good to see you. Yeah, that's right. I hope you've been enjoying the show so far. Honestly, I've been having a blast. This is my first Dynamite in so long. It's only been about 30 minutes, just 30 minutes, but we've had 2 bangers after bangers. Good matches back to back, which is pretty damn cool. Speaking of bangers, did you guys see how Sheamus really wanted to call the team of himself and Drew McIntyre the Banger Brothers or the Banger Bros, which obviously WWE pulled the plug on, and they're not allowed to call themselves that anymore. But again, how can somebody be so naive and call themselves the Banger Bros? It makes no sense to me, but he wanted to do that. I almost puked every time I read that tweet of his. It did not make sense, but good thing is, it's not happening. And here we are now with 3 gorgeous ladies. We got Renee, of course we got Toni, and we got Saraya right there. Randy says she is still Baker's sidekick. Thank you for that, brother. Thank you for that. Alright, we got Richard Moretti here. Richard, great to see you, brother. And of course, Saraya looking great. The green jacket and everything. Nice. Did not see that.
Well, that is actually perfect. Sorry, Renee. You want to do the honors? Shall I? Yeah, go for it.
Whoa.
There we go. Are you get down, stupid kid. Yeah. Hey. Look what I found. Oh, no. Look what I found. Oh, no.
What? What is happening?
We're here to take them back.
I physically cringed, to be honest. I did physically cringe. Okay. I'm a little confused right there. First things first, right? As they were leaving, Toni Storm did the L. You saw that? I'm pretty sure you all saw that. Isn't this like supposed to be a Nikki Bella thing? Didn't she do this every single time the Bellas came out? And I always found it super cringy. And Toni Storm just did that, so 10 points. I take them away from Toni Storm and Saraya for doing that. I physically cringed when I saw that, right? On top of that, are Toni Storm and Saraya, are they friends? And are they heels? What's going on? That was confusing and cringy, to say the least. Anyways, give it a month and Britt will be knocking Hayter out. I agree, Andrew, and I was expecting for it to have already happened while I was away, but I guess they were waiting on me so I could see this moment for myself, while doing the watch-along, so pretty sure it's going to be happening now that I'm back, And Bunny is injured. Wait a second, is Bunny injured? Oh, that sucks. I'm gonna miss her on TV. Said nobody ever. No, I'm joking. Or maybe I'm not. Chris says, so since Paige is healed, does that mean Britt is a face? I mean, this news just broke on me, Chris. I had no idea that this lady, right here, Saraya, was a heel. And is Toni Storm a heel too now? That's surprising, because I was expecting for these ladies to be the face of the women's division here in AEW. The fact that they're a heel is quite interesting. And the fact that Britt Baker could possibly be face, or we're having a debate about it, is even more interesting, Chris. That's quite interesting. My brother Richard, it's great to see you once again. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you've been doing well. Oh, your AJ, Saraya, and Toni Storm are the heel. Really? Okay. Things have definitely changed since I've gone. Alright, I see. Wow. So is Britt Baker face? Is that where we're going right now? It gotta be heels when nobody likes you. Oh my god, really? Okay, when I left Run DMG, I thought that people liked Toni Storm. And I felt that they were gonna like Saraya because she just came in. But now they don't like her, or they don't like them. Quite interesting. All right. All right. You know what? I probably have joined the list of people who don't like them because this right here, that I mean, they lost me when they did that. They really did lose me. So I don't think I'm gonna like them anymore. That was the breaking point. You don't do that and expect AJ to like you or take you seriously. You just don't. I am still physically cringing, by the way, from that. That's right. And they're building towards ladies' blood and guts. Heck yeah, true. That's what I like to hear. You know, blood and guts, that gets me going, true. Okay, I'm interested. I'm intrigued. What about, speaking of blood and guts, just reminded me of War Games. Now, we know that 2K23, WWE 2K23, is going to have War Games match mode in the game. What about the AEW game? Does it have the blood and guts match stipulation? Do we know anything about it? Also, the AEW game was supposed to be releasing in February. Now they've pushed it to April. Who's buying the game? Anybody over here in the chat? Anybody from the family? Are you guys looking to purchase the new AEW game? Or are you looking forward to it? Let me know. Page to AEW, huge bust, says Ron DMG. Alright, okay. I probably can agree with that. Okay. AJ, are you getting the new AEW video game? Great question, Chris. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting it. Yep. The one game that I honestly don't want to buy, I really don't, because I feel like it's gonna be the same game with the War Games match added up. I probably shouldn't be saying this. I probably should not be so biased against the game before it's even released. But I am, because it's overpriced in my opinion. They're charging us 8,000 rupees for that game over here in India. I'm talking about WWE 2K23. It just is an awful lot, and I feel like it shouldn't be that much. But of course, I'll have to buy it, so not really looking forward to it because it's just a huge chunk of money. But I'll be getting the 2K23 game, yep, for the sake of the channel. And also, I will be getting the AEW game. Actually, I'm looking forward to the AEW game because it's going to be a new game, hopefully a step in the right direction. And it's going to be refreshing from the same 2K stuff that we get every single year. So I'm looking forward to the AEW game a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully they make wrestling games fun again. I hope so. War Games was good, says Ricky. Oh yeah, War Games definitely great. Too love to be heel, Ricky, says Ron DMG. Alright, wait a second. Ricky says, maybe I should turn in again. Just like Ron DMG said. I don't think... Wait a second. Wait. We are here backstage. Oh, MJF's there.
Sit down. Takeshita, everybody was talking about you like you were the next big thing, and I'll give you credit, big man. You're really good, but you're no match for a generational talent such as myself. But don't blame yourself, bud. Nobody is. Bryan Danielson, you treat me like I'm some sort of scumbag. These fans treat me like I'm a scumbag.
Is he not a scumbag? The last time I checked, he was a scumbag, that's for sure.
Twisted because you people hate me, but here's what I do know. I know that a man does not know what he is truly made of until he has met with adversity. I remember the first time I was. Oh yeah, Lexington. It was junior year of high school, and boy, oh boy, was I a speed demon. I loved whipping around my beautiful blue Camaro, and I just kept getting speed ticket after speed ticket after speed ticket, and eventually, I was only 1 point away from getting my license revoked.
Wow.
And junior prom hit. Me and my football buddies, we showed up in our Lettermans, and we hooked up with all the fine hotties Long Island has to offer.
Alright, he's lying. He did not hook up with anybody. I can tell you that, because if he did, he wouldn't be the guy that he is right now. Just a sour grape. That's what he is at the moment. He did not hook up with anybody. I can tell you that.
Short curly brown hair and the most infectious smile.
He's making it all up, guys. It's all sour grapes. That's it. Film Nation, it's great to see you, my brother. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well, brother.
I got to driving and she got to...
He's making it all up. I can tell you that, guys. He's making it all up. That's right.
I decided it was time to put the pedal to the metal. It was raining like cats and dogs. We then hydroplaned. And we went roaring, spinning off the road. I panicked. I went to put my foot on the brakes and instead I hit the accelerator and at 90 miles an hour, boom! We hit a telephone pole. When I woke up and I came to, I tasted pennies in my mouth. I didn't know why. I was confused. I was concussed. I looked down. My hands were covered in blood. And I looked at my sweet Liv. Her head had cracked my windshield. She was not moving at all, and I put my finger underneath her nose, and thank God she was breathing. And then off in a distance, police sirens began to roar. There it was, Dragon. Adversity. In that moment, I found out what type of man I am. You want to know who I am? Dragon? I'm the type of guy who grabbed Liv's lifeless body and switched seats with her, so when the cops showed up, I wasn't the one driving. In this life, there are winners and there are losers. The history books don't care how you get the chance.
You know what? The end of the story, the conclusion was pretty unexpected, and I liked it. That was pretty cool. I must say, the fact that he switched his seats with his imaginary girlfriend, if I may, was pretty damn cool. I don't know how he would have explained to them to the doctors. Anyways, Mark, it's great to see you. A long time indeed, brother. Hope you're doing well. It's fantastic to see you. Hope you've been good, brother. Hope you've been enjoying wrestling all this while. That's right. But again, just like Run DMD said, Ricky, you're just too damn good, too damn nice and loved to be a heel. You're like the John Cena, so it's not gonna happen. That's right. Crime confess. You're right, Run DMD. Well, here we are. This basically proves it all. It's all made up, because had it not been made up, MJF has to be the most stupid criminal there is, because he just confessed his crime. So, yeah. I don't know if the cops are going to show up at Dynamite now. Run DMG, you're absolutely right, my bro. That is so funny. That's funny. That's right. Oh, Justin Roberts, it's been a while. It's good to see him. We got Kenneth in the house. Good to see you, brother. Welcome. Chris 96. Wait a sec. What is that? Oh, thank you for that, Andrew. Thank you for that. All right, and here we are now with the Jericho. Oh, wait a second. You know what? I'm surprised. So I've been gone all these months, and Jericho Appreciation Society is still a thing. Are they still appreciating Jericho all this while? These guys definitely have a set of balls, don't they? Nice, nice. It seems like the guy in the white actually grew a belly. Yeah, he looks like he's gained weight. Anyways, good to see these guys. You know what? I've really cared about the JAS so much that I still don't know the name of the guy in the white. But that's okay. I don't think I need to know. But yeah, good to see these guys, I should say. That's right, Ricky, I love that. What matches do you think will happen at Revolution? Well, Kenneth, it seems like the thing is shaping up pretty good. Right now, from where I stand, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that Bryan Danielson versus MJF match. That's a match that I'm looking forward to the most. But what other matches are you looking forward to? Let me know. SAJ, believe, yes, I see you. That's right, Ricky. Love that. And let's see what else do we have here. Young and stupid, behind the wheel, dangerous. You're right. Absolutely, Run DMG, without a doubt. Oh, Ricky Stark's coming out. I see Ricky Stark's got Neutron and everything. Sweet. As much as I don't like the concept of LED stages and the fact that everything right these days is LED, I must say that it actually gives a very nice touch. In wrestling especially, right? With the trons and everything. Definitely a nice touch, so, yeah. Here we are. Mark says, hey, did you hear the news? Impact and New Japan are doing something special on March 3rd. Is that right? Okay, brother. That actually takes me back to last year, because last year Impact did something crazy good, which was the, what did they call it? The Multiverse of Madness or something like that. Yeah. And they had like different promotions working together. We had GCW with Impact Wrestling. I think we had NJPW and a few promotions. They worked together, and we had stars from all different promotions working the same night of Impact Wrestling. Of course, that show went head to head against Hall of Fame, and that's why it did not really draw a lot of viewership, and it was just a great concept. Poor execution, possibly the worst execution in WrestleMania season's history. So hopefully this time, they've chosen the date I see, March 30th, a day before or 2 days before WrestleMania. I hope it doesn't go head-to-head against any major event, because if it does once again, it will be a damn shame, because Impact Wrestling actually creates magic. They create the kind of matches that nobody else possibly can, right? But poor execution always results in failure. Hopefully, the time slot, the date works out for them, and people actually tune in, because it sounds great, Mark. I mean, NJPW, Impact working together, it sounds like it could be a hell of a show. I look forward to it. And Film Nation, Hello, my brother, and here we are once again in the ring. It is Ricky Starks who's getting singled out by the two JAS guys, and here we are, Ricky Starks with a roll-up cover. It's a 1-2-3, and he gets an easy victory. No surprise there, a nice and sweet victory for Ricky. Right there, H, are we doing any pay-per-view watch-alongs again? So, Chris, the concept right now is... Oh, wait a second, here we are. Nice. Daniel Garcia, Ricky Starks, having a little bit of a confrontation, it seems. So right now, Ricky, we're doing Raw, we're doing Dynamite, we're doing SmackDown, and in addition to that, we're doing the watch pay-per-view. So we're doing all the pay-per-views, and in addition to that, we're doing Raw, Dynamite, and SmackDown and Rampage. So that's the plan. Yep, we'll do all the pay-per-views that happen. Indeed. And look at that. Now, you know what? The one guy that I probably would have been okay without watching tonight was Sammy Guevara, and here we are, Garcia and Sammy making their way to the ring together. So does what about Tay Conti? Does she still always stick around Sammy? Do they always come out together still? Or after marriage, have things changed? Do they still kiss on camera every single time, every single week? What's happening with Tay and Sammy, guys? Fill me in. And here we are. It is Daniel Garcia, of course, who's taking out poor Ricky Starks. The numbers game coming into play, of course. Let's see. And Ricky Starks on a roll indeed, Filmation. I see it. Garcia, not too happy with it indeed here. Chris Andrews says, Chris, if that's what you meant, rupee and not ruffle. Rupee is, that's right. Yep, absolutely. Thank you for that, my brother Andrew. Thanks, that's right. Rupee is different. Yeah. With that being said, still Garcia is still not done with Ricky Starks. Poor guy. No NXT Impact Wrestling watch along, not yet. That's right. It's not that we're not gonna have them. We're gonna have them, but eventually. Right now, we're taking it nice and sweet. You know, we're doing 3 watch alongs in a week, and of course all the pay-per-views. But we're also gonna be adding NXT and Impact Wrestling momentarily. We're gonna do that. AG surprised. Ron DMG. I'm surprised because I was like one of the first people to imagine this and pictured this in my head like 2-3 years ago. You know, I said it when nobody else believed me. I said, we're gonna get Rock and Roman at WrestleMania. That it has to happen. This has to lead to it. And, you know, the fact that it's not happening, I'm surprised, but honestly, like, I'm more disappointed that I'm surprised. And I'm disappointed in The Rock, you know, more than anything else. This could have been a great match, but again, I don't know what The Rock is doing. Does he have any film commitments? Is he still trying to push Black Adams? What's happening? I'm not sure why is he not working the show, but you know, whatever is his priority, I guess. But would have been nice if he would have worked the show. It would have been something really truly memorable, and especially WrestleMania going to Hollywood. There is no better place in time for The Rock to come back than now. So yeah, it is a little bit heartbreaking. But anyways, guys, there are people who are now trying to basically create this fantasy booking, right? They're pushing this narrative on Twitter where they're saying that this could be very similar to WrestleMania 30. WrestleMania 30, you know, we had a main event that was Randy Orton versus Batista. But the people's, what the people really wanted, the people's number one contender was Bryan Danielson, which is why they had to push Bryan Danielson into the main event picture and make it a triple threat. Now what people on Twitter and social media overall, what they're trying to push is that they want Sami Zayn to be the new Bryan Danielson. They want Sami Zayn to be pushed into the main event picture, making WrestleMania 39's main event Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn, the people's champion, or the people's number one contender. A question to all of you guys. Would you like to see Sami Zayn in a similar spot as Bryan Danielson's at WrestleMania 39? Do you want to see Sami Zayn be inserted into the main event of WrestleMania 39 and make it a triple threat match? What would you like to see? Let me know. And here we are once again, still on commercial, and this whole thing still continues. Daniel Garcia still dominating. Ricky Starks still doing pretty good. Let's see what else do we have here. Ricky says, yes, Asia, she's still walking with Sammy. I don't know. Things change about after you get married, right? But the fact that they're still sticking around and still together on TV every single week, good for them, I guess, right? Maybe he did find the perfect partner for himself. AJ, I know you still hate Sammy. I agree with you. You know it, brother. Some things never change. My hatred for Sammy will never change, and you know that. That's right. Ron says, Rock versus Roman still needs to... I agree. It does need to happen. You know, keep aside all the titles and everything. It's still about being the head of the family, being the head of the table, being the tribal chief. You know, I mean, even after Roman loses the belts, which he might at WrestleMania, he still calls himself the head of the table. So there is still a window of opportunity open for The Rock to come back and fight Roman Reigns for that title of the head of the family. Make it personal. Don't make it about, not making it about, you know, the title, but making it personal. There's still a window of opportunity right there. And here we are once again. The Ricky Starks now trying to turn this around. There you go. Nice spine buster on Daniel Garcia, taking him out, going for the cover. It doesn't work out. The match continues. All right. And Chris says, AJ, I have a great question for you. What is one PS5 game you have played once and never played? There are so many. That's like, I don't even know. So there's so many of those. Assassin's Creed. Two of the Assassin's Creed, actually. I don't even remember their names. But two Assassin's Creed games on the PS5. Apart from that, there's so many games that I've only played once, you know. I guess Harry Potter right now, because I've only played it once. I haven't played it again after the day I streamed it, so that's another one. Hopefully I will play it again, though. And, yeah, there are a few car racing games that I just played once, and I was like, you know what, I'm deleting it. So there are quite a few, actually, Chris. I'm a very impatient guy when it comes to video games, especially. So if I don't like something at the first glance, you know, delete. That's just how I am. Here we are, Ricky Starks now going for the cover on Daniel Garcia. Garcia kicks out, and the match continues. Ricky Starks winning this match against Garcia would be a great story to tell, because two matches back-to-back and defeating Garcia in the second match would be an unbelievable tale for Ricky Starks, something he might need very much. Let's see, if The Rock is busy, upcoming season XFL is starting in the next 2 weekends. Really? Wait a second. So Super Bowl is happening this Sunday, and then The Rock's XFL is starting? That's quite interesting, Ricky. Okay. Do you know what date is the XFL starting? Because that is quite interesting. This is going to be The Rock's first shot at XFL. The first time XFL starting up under The Rock's supervision. So that's quite interesting. What day is exactly starting? And what is the kind of schedule? How often will we be having XFL matches? Also, are you guys going to be watching? True, I know you don't like to watch NFL. Will you be giving XFL a chance? Let me know, brother. Hell no for Sammy, says Andrew. That's right. That's right. And here we are now. Wow. Nice spear to Daniel Garcia right there on the apron. Garcia is down, but Ricky Starks, especially himself, just straight down to the ringside, just like that. All right. Gary says triple threat matches, nothing more lazy booking than, and I too don't like Sami Zayn. That's right, Gary. That makes the two of us. Actually, I like Sammy. I appreciate Sammy, but I feel like I don't relate to the hype that people are creating around Sami Zayn right now. I get it. He's a nice comedy act, but I don't see him as the superstar who would be inserted into the main event, you know, for the championship against the Tribal Chief, against Cody Rhodes. I just don't see it. So, I'm with you, Gary, on that. I'm with you, and I'm with you, Andrew, as well. That's right. Cody should have that moment to himself. I agree. Absolutely do agree. And here we are. Okay. Daniel Garcia, of course, getting the victory over Ricky Starks. And we have a masked man in the ring who, oh dear, Chris, of course. It's Chris Jericho. Is it just me? Or is Chris Jericho looking, I don't even know, like a guy from the Backstreet Boys? Or maybe the Westlife? Why does he look younger? What did Chris Jericho do to his face? Did he get a plastic surgery done? Because this guy looks like 10 years younger than he did when I left a few months ago. What happened to Jericho? Yeah, he definitely did some work on his face. Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. Yeah, he looks like somebody from the Backstreet Boys, and not in a good way. He definitely got some work done. Anyways, also I'm very sad the two of my lovely ladies I like very much together are no longer together. That's right, Gigi and JC. I do understand Film Nation. I do understand the heartbreak. They are now going down their own solo path. They're no longer a team. Toxic is no more, and yeah, I understand. I definitely do. Let's see what else do we have here. First game of XFL starts Saturday, February 18, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, noon Pacific on ABC, AJ. My brother Ricky, thanks for that. Thank you. And how often will these matches, XFL games, take place, Ricky? Let's see. Le Champion Jericho. That's right, Film Nation. You know it. And here we are. Wait a second. So Alright, so these guys are still the AEW Tag Team Champions. And are they still doing the whole Scissor Me Daddy stuff? This feels like it's been years, right? Are they still doing the whole scissoring? Quite interesting.
That's right. We are the best tag team alive. We are the world's favorite tag team, the people's choice, the people's voice, and the world tag team champions. So, Billy, support it. Stay in the back. Me and Anthony got it, right?
Anthony doesn't look too happy here.
But let's give the people what they want. Scissor Me Daddy!
Well, I have my answer now, do I not? Alright. I thought that Renee did not like the scissoring stuff, but here she is, laughing as they scissor their daddy. And they're going to be fighting the Guns tonight. That's it. Okay, this is great. So they're going to be fighting the Ass Boys of the Ass Man. They're going to be fighting the Guns tonight. That's going to be quite interesting. Also, up next is going to be Rush versus Bryan Danielson. The last stepping stone in Bryan's way to MJF. If Bryan can defeat Rush, he can get his hands, finally, on MJF. I feel like I've made my comeback for AEW Dynamite on the right night because tonight's show has been buzzing. Tonight's show has been great. Great matches, have already happened, still to happen. This is a great show. I'm loving it. All right. Let's see. Botox. Definitely, Andrew. Definitely some Botox. No doubt about it. Jericho did go under the needle. That's for sure. It's going to be a 10-week game for XFL. Thank you, Ricky. All right. Pre-match Botox. You know it, Run DMG. I thought either Bailey or Tiffany was going to take over the faction and make it better. Well, it's great. I think it's going to be okay because now that Mandy's no longer around, I think that they don't have to live under the shadow of toxicity. They can be their own person and, hopefully go to the main roster and make a name for themselves. Let's see how that goes. Let's see. But I think Gigi is very talented, so is JC, so good luck to the ladies, right? Last game for XFL is going to be April 23rd, says Ricky. Okay. Where is Andy, by the way? Andy? Yeah, we're missing Andy, right? Andy's not here. Hopefully he's okay. Last game for XFL is going to be April 23rd, so after WrestleMania. Quite interesting. Thank you for that, Ricky, okay? Congratulations to JC and Gigi, Carmelo Hayes, Roxanne Perez, Grayson Waller, and Nikita Lyons making their first 2K WWE game. That's right. That's awesome, Chris. That is awesome. Well, congrats to them. I like that, Ricky, okay? I'm not going to scissor anybody, Ricky. I'm not going to do that. No. Smart leaving Billy Gunn, but I agree. Yeah, him being over there would have just created conflicts. So it's good. It's good. Also, it's not going to put Billy Gunn on the spot, so why? He said it's a good idea. I agree. Ricky says, where is Andy? I agree. Where is Andy? Where is he? By the way, Valentine's Day is around the corner. Happy Valentine's Day to all my brothers over here. I hope that you guys are going to have a great, great time. But Rick, Andy, let me leave him a message. All right, let's see. Chris says AJ Kenny interviewed Dominic inside an empty prison yard. I know, right? I don't think that Dominic's ever been to prison because honestly, he looks like the kind of guy who wouldn't survive the prison, who wouldn't survive the prison shower. He just would not. So, yeah, I don't think he's ever gone there. And if he does, hopefully he never comes back because I think we'd be okay without seeing Dominic on television. So we're gonna be fine. You know what happens when a tag team breaks up? Either one of them gets fired or gets buried or base. It's true. Hopefully that doesn't happen this time though, because these two ladies are just way too impressive to be wasted like that. Once again, Renee Paquet backstage with Takeshita and Bryan Danielson. One sec. Is that MJF? Wait, did they lock Bryan, Renee, Takeshita, and a doctor inside the room?
That's a problem. That's a big problem. Yeah.
That's so funny. All right. The commentator says that that's a problem. That's a big problem. Well, it's not such a big problem considering we know that Bryan's been locked and somebody can go there and just unlock the door. Not a big problem if you take that into account. Anyways, here we are. Rush making his way out to the ring. Bryan, as we know, has been locked into a room with Renee, with a Takeshita, and a doctor. So let's see if he can actually make his way to the ring right here. Of course, if he does, and if he's able to defeat Rush, he gets to get his hands on MJF, so that's gonna be that. And Andrew says, did you see Nikita? I did see it. Unfortunately, Nikita has been sidelined with an injury. But you know what they say, everything happens for a good reason. Hopefully when Nikita comes back, she comes back even more, stronger, charming, just better than ever. Hopefully, whatever happens, works out in the best interest of Nikita Lyons. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, here we are. MJF is now making his way out to the ring, and he's got a microphone in hand. Of course, he is limping from his match early on, but he's got a smug. He's got a confidence just oozing out of MJF right now, because he knows that Bryan will not be able to make his way to the ring since he has been locked into the room. Let's see.
He's, of course, referring to official Aubrey Edwards.
Of course, Aubrey Edwards is giving him that look, right? She's giving him that look. Why can't she go back and unlock the damn door, right?
Considering the AEW rulebook and bylaws, right now Bryan Danielson is scheduled for a match.
Right.
Right here, right now in shitty El Paso.
Well, shitty El Paso, I'm pretty sure some people are going to take that personally. But Run DMG says FTR sitting out the rest of their AEW Run DMG, they're not actually sitting there on the contract. They're actually very much in the building right now. The only thing is that they have been locked in a room by MJF. And MJF just keeps locking them in rooms every single week. That's why they don't appear on TV. No, I'm just joking. I know, it's sad. It's sad that they're sitting out their contract and being kind of wasted, right? But again, they're still, and I think they're always going to be the hot tag team that they are because people just love them so much. And when their contract with AEW is over, I'm sure that Triple H will pick them up like no tomorrow. He'll pick them up, he'll bring them on TV. It's gonna happen. And here we are now, Bryan Danielson finally rushing over to the ring. MJF doesn't look too happy, of course, but here we are. He is making his way out. Aubrey is taking her time to count Bryan Danielson out because obviously she's in on the game. AJ, Billy Graham and Jerry Lawler are both in the hospital. That's right, brother. Praying for both of them and hopefully a quick recovery for both the legends. We know that Jerry Lawler actually is out of danger, thankfully. God bless. And it's just going to be a few weeks of rehab for Jerry Lawler, it seems. Because right now his speech is impaired. He's, of course, the energy is drained out because of that stroke. But hopefully he's going to be fine in no time. Good thing is that he's out of danger now. So it's only going to be some rehab before he gets his speech back. And here we are now. Rouge just taking out Bryan. Just super energetic. Of course, he's got all the energy, all the stamina maintained in the role right now. He's got the upper hand. Bryan Danielson, who had to rush to the ring, who had to go through the JAS, is finally here. But at what cost? Rouge is dominating. I see FTR coming back to WWE by SummerSlam. It could happen, Ricky, for sure. They would need that boost around SummerSlam. This could be the boost. It definitely could be the boost. Usos could drop the titles to maybe FTR one day. It could happen. By the way, AJ, you're hearing new SummerSlam is going to... that I did hear it. That's right. So SummerSlam, the hottest... event of the summer is going to Ford Field. That's pretty cool. Once again, here we are with those big kicks straight to Bryan Danielson. Rush has got the upper hand. All right, and MJF looks not very impressed. He's sitting right there on the commentator's desk, really hoping and praying to God right now that Bryan loses the match. Let's see. Rush still has got the upper hand, some trash talking going on. Nice chop right there across the chest, turning his chest red. Bryan Danielson is struggling to stay in control. Let's see. A nice chop now from Bryan, and Rush returns the favor right there. And once again, Bryan with a chop to Rush's chest. Rush once again with a favor returned. And we going back and forth, back and forth. Here we are, back and forth chops right there across each other's chest. Bryan now grabs the head of Rush, and with those head stomps right there, hard and fast, followed by a big kick right there to the head of Rush. Rush with a suplex out of nowhere, taking out Bryan Danielson, followed by a nice kick straight to the head, kicking his head out. Bryan is in trouble, and MJF obviously is loving what he's seeing so far. Rush once again grabs Bryan by the head and sends him straight to the barricade once, twice, and he does it again. Bryan in some major, major trouble. That's right. Yeah, gosh, did I miss you guys? Did I miss doing this? Did I miss being here and watching these shows with all of you? It feels great. Once again, Rush making his way back into the ring, and it's only a matter of time before, hopefully, for Rush, Aubrey counts out Bryan. And of course she does not. Rush goes out the ring, once again, taking his time as we speak. Kicks right there, straight into the head of Bryan. Bryan is in some major, major trouble. Let's see. Of course, Bryan has definitely gone through hell and back in this whole, road, hopefully until MJF. He even went against the doctor's orders to go one-on-one against Timothy Thatcher on February 1st. So Bryan has definitely pushed the limits and really has tried hard to get his hands on MJF. Tonight is the last pit stop, the last roadblock on his way to MJF, and here we are, Rush, of course, being absolutely gross, just licking the blood of Bryan Danielson off his own fingers. That's sadistic, right? And a nice chop once again across the chest of Bryan, and he goes down just like that. Alright, so it's been about an hour since we've been watching AEW Dynamite tonight, and it's been a pretty good show, no doubt about it. We still have an hour of action still to go. We've got the Acclaimed versus the Ass Boys still to come, so some big matches still remaining on tonight's show of AEW Dynamite. We'll see how all of this goes. So far, we've already seen, of course, MJF versus Takeshita. We've seen the whole, Ricky Starks drama. We've already seen the ladies match, that is Jamie Hayter, going one-on-ones against the Bunny, but still to come, it's got to be the Acclaimed versus the Guns, and also the Elite versus the Top Flight and AR Fox, still to come in the next hour of Dynamite. And Rush sends Bryan Danielson into the ring, and just like I said, wrestlers make this classic mistake every single time. Never send your opponent back into the ring and follow him into the ring. It never works out in your favor, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to work out in Rush's favor either. And just like I said, Bryan Danielson gets up in time as Rush was about to make his way into the ring himself. Bryan gets the upper hand, but look at the face of Bryan, covered in crimson red and blood overall. Bryan is definitely in a tough spot as we speak right now. A slap across the face of Bryan. Bryan returning the favor. No respect whatsoever for each other. Slaps across the face of Rush here from Bryan Danielson, followed by big punches straight to the temple of Rush, and Rush goes down to the apron. Bryan once again goes over there. Rush grabs him and throws him straight down to the ringside. Bryan in a tough spot. Bryan Danielson is going to need a blood transfusion. I know he's bleeding profusely. Probably will need some of that. That's right, Gary. Doesn't look too good. With that being said, a commercial break for Dunkin' Donuts. Picture-in-picture, so that's okay. But a commercial break indeed. Wow. What about you guys? Are you a Dunkin' Donuts kind of person, or are you a Starbucks kind of a person? And here we are. A nice recap of the moment that Rush tossed Bryan Danielson down to the ringside. Bryan in a tough spot. No doubt about it. That's right. Of course, Aubrey doesn't look very happy with all that's going on right now. trying to separate Rush and keep him away from Bryan, giving him some time to recover, recoup, and get up back to his feet again. All of this leads to MJF. If he doesn't win tonight, the whole month of struggle, the whole month of going against these men and winning against all of these men is gonna be for nothing. Bryan needs to win this match to get his match against MJF. If he can't do it, he doesn't get MJF, and the whole month just goes to waste. That's it. And Ricky says, I'm a Starbucks kind of guy. I like that. You're my kind of guy, Ricky. I like that. All right. Danielson works harder than anybody. It's true, right? He works harder. He bleeds harder than anybody else. He's a workhorse. No doubt about it. Nobody else comes close, right? I don't think so. Definitely. I'm trying to think of who I can say comes close to Bryan. No name comes to my mind as I speak right now. No name does. Yeah. It's only Bryan. And you have to think about it, Vince McMahon always was like an overprotective dad when it comes to Bryan Danielson, always tried to protect him, keep him safe. But look at Bryan just being a stubborn child now and doing all that he wants to do because he loves wrestling, and he just goes out there, puts his body on the line because he loves wrestling. So that's that. And Chris says, did you see my comment? Let's see. I did, brother. The comment about Billy Graham and Jerry Lawler, it's sad, but the good thing is that Jerry is doing better. He's out of trouble. He's out of danger. There's only going to be a few weeks of rehab before hopefully he gets his speech problems sorted out as well. But the good news is that Jerry is out of danger, and he's going to be healthy very soon. So that's the good news. Hopefully Billy's going to be fine as well. Once again, Rush is still dominating, still in control here, and a very insulting kick straight to the face of Bryan from Rush. The guy is just showing off at this point right now. Only one closer to Bryan is Kevin Owens. Actually, taking into account the way Kevin Owens is in the ring and the way he just moves in the ring, really, he delivers. Every time he's wrestling, Kevin Owens, he does not disappoint. He's not a lazy worker. He really goes out there and gives us those big moves, let it be, moves off the top turnbuckle, in the ring, ringside. Kevin Owens, if you talk about the way he just works in the ring, you're right. He is not the kind of guy, who would go easy on his own body. He just goes out there and works hard. You're right. It's a very good comparison. Kevin Owens is definitely a hard worker as well. No doubt about it. I don't think anybody could deny that. He's a hard worker. That's true. That's a very good comparison. I agree. Once again, here we are. Now it is Bryan Danielson who finally catches a breath and is able to somehow fight back. And he's going to go for it's going to be a suicide dive. Good thing Rush walked away, because had Bryan actually fallen out of the ring right there, that would have been a suicide dive. Oh my God, he does it anyways. But this time it wasn't a suicide dive. He lands straight on Rush. Rush is out. Bryan Danielson is like a walking, talking zombie. He's bleeding profusely. He's breathing hard. I don't know how he's running, or let alone walking, and is able to do the things that he's doing, taking out Rush while bleeding so heavily. How is he not passing out? How is he not super dizzy after taking so many headshots, after having your face, your eyes covered in blood? I don't know how you move like that. Awesome stuff. My brother Broman, it's good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, brother. I'm doing great. Hope you're enjoying tonight's Dynamite here. And Bryan the Flying Goat goes for it again, taking out Rush just like that. Now my question, do you see Brie Bella ever going to AEW? Or probably missed that question, my brother Chris, but Brie Bella, AEW, I feel like the Bellas will go everywhere where money calls them, but honestly, I feel like they're smarter than that, right? They're smart people. They know that WWE can get them what AEW probably cannot, right? I'm talking about reality television shows. I'm talking about mainstream media. AEW can do that too, but WWE can do that on a larger scale. And also, they are more invested in the Bella Twins than Tony Khan or his fans would ever be. Tony Khan and AEW fans actually respect or get behind the people who can wrestle and who are good wrestlers. I don't think that they would get behind somebody like Nikki Bella or Brie Bella. So I think that they're safe to stay where they are, and that's under the WWE umbrella, because leaving that umbrella, well, I don't think it'll be very profitable for them. But let me know what do you think, Chris, and anybody else. And here we are, chops once again, back and forth. Bryan, I'm not sure how he's doing it, but now he's getting those kicks in. And the kicks to the chest, the midsection of Rush. Rush grabs him by the head, and a big, devastating chop once more time against the chest of Bryan Danielson. 3 of those before Bryan turns him around one more time, and now with those kicks to the chest of Rush as well. Bryan cannot be stopped, and Gary says, heaven can't have our king. Heaven has their own king. You're right, Gary. I totally agree. Now, we need the king over here. We need Jerry Lawler right here, sound and safe. The guy's a fighter, no doubt about it. There's a lot of blood this match. I know, Ricky, I did not expect to see so much blood tonight, honestly. But there is a lot of blood, and it's Bryan. It's nothing for him. And here we are one more time. Rush taking on Bryan Danielson just like that. This could be it. Oh dear, pile driver right there to Bryan Danielson going for the cover. It's a 1, it's a 2, and Bryan, no surprises there, but he kicks out. Had it been anybody but Bryan, I think this match would have already been over a long time back. But here we are, Bryan still kicks out. Tony Khan is a big fan of the match. He loves a lot of, he knows what the fans want, and I like that, yep. And Chris says, I think Brie and Nikki is best. I agree, Chris. I totally agree. I don't think that they would be respected in AEW as much as they're respected in the WWE, or at least behind the scenes in the WWE. But honestly, one of my friends, this is way before I started Wrestling News or, got into all of this stuff. Oh, there you go. Out of nowhere, Bryan Danielson taking out Rush. This could be over. He's going for the cover. Oh, and Rush kicks out. He kicks out. The match is still on, and MJF is happy. Wow. Anyways, so where were we? Yes, we were talking about Rush, right? I'm sorry. We were talking about Nikki Bella and Brie Bella. So one of my friends, right? Old friend. He's a big wrestling mark. I think I can call him a mark, right? And one morning, I woke up and I got like a few missed calls from him. I called him back and he said, AJ, I just found out that Nikki Bella and Brie Bella, they are going to be at Toys R Us, right? And they were going to be there like 11 in the morning or something. And I was just getting out of bed at like 9. I said, okay, what do you want? He said, we have to go there. And I did not want to go there because that Toys R Us was like, I don't even know, like 30 minutes away from me by train. But of course I had to sign up for it because he's a good friend and whatnot. When we get there, we see that people had been there. They had been sleeping outside of Toys R Us all night because they wanted to be the first ones to meet the Bella Twins. People were dressed as the Bella Twins. I'm not just talking about girls or women. I'm talking about guys who were dressed as Bella Twins. So Bella Twins are loved. I don't get why, but they are loved. Yep. Eventually I ended up not meeting Brie or Nikki because I just did not want to stand in the line, but yes. Yeah, that happened. Anyways, here we are. Suplex, German suplex, right there from Rush to Bryan. Bryan no-sells it. The match continues. He gets his leg up just in the nick of time right there against the face of Rush, taking him out just like that. It's a 1, a 2, and the match is over. It is gonna be Bryan versus MJF at Revolution, hopefully. Yeah. Bryan's done it. He's earned the shot against MJF. MJF is not a happy man, but this is going to be happening. Bryan versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. It is happening. And Aubrey looks happy. Raises the arm of Bryan in victory. But Bryan still passed out. That's crazy. MJF, though, he's not having it. He's now making his way down the ramp. Of course, he knows that it's going to take a lot to defeat a guy like Bryan. I don't think he'll be able to. I think we're going to see the end of MJF's title reign right here when he faces Bryan Danielson in a few weeks. It's got to be the end for him, for sure. How are these two? I agree, Gary. I mean, that match was absolutely brutal, especially that suplex from Rush to Bryan, and Bryan no-selling it was just out of this world. I don't know how he did that, being so so heavily busted open, going through all of that, and then getting that German suplex, which did not seem gentle at all, and then still not selling it. It is crazy, and once again just goes on to prove what a once-in-a-lifetime kind of a wrestler Bryan Danielson really is. we're lucky to be seeing him and seeing him in action like that, because there are not going to be a lot of wrestlers quite like Bryan. Very impressive, without a doubt. All right, take care, Film Nation. I'll see you around, my brother. And Broman says, that's a lot of effort to see somebody's cleavage. Oh, what? Whoa, that's right. Yeah, Broman, I know. But I was like, no, I'm definitely not gonna stand in that line to wait to see those two, to meet those two. Didn't do it. And a few years later, I was there feuding with Nikki Bella on Instagram and whatnot. You know all about it, so yeah. Nikki Bella, quite a character. Danielson deserves the belt. I agree, Ron DMG, no doubt about it. He does deserve the belt, and I'm pretty sure he will. Like, when he fights MJF, he's gotta win. There's no way MJF's not dropping to Bryan. He's gotta drop to Bryan, that's for sure. That's right. With that being said, full-on commercial. We're getting a Post Malone commercial right now. I see this guy's face a lot, right? On social media especially. I see him a lot. What is your opinion on Post Malone, and what's your opinion on people who get tattoos on their face? Not judging him for it. I mean, people are free to do whatever makes them happy. But what do you feel about getting tattoos on your face? Yeah. Whenever I look at him, I always think about it. Quite interesting. Anyways, here we are now, still a full-on commercial. We are left with about 40 more minutes of action. This has been a great episode of AEW Dynamite. It's only going to get better as we're going to be seeing the Acclaimed, that is the adopted sons of Daddy Ass, taking on the Ass Boys, the real sons of Daddy Ass. So that's going to be quite interesting. We also have the Elite, who are going to be fighting Top Flight and AR Fox in the main event, it seems, of tonight. So, still, the remaining 40 minutes of the show should be pretty damn good. Let's see. Did you reach out for any interviews? No, I did not, Chris. I did not. Did not reach out for any interviews. I actually had a few interviews scheduled while I was away, but, because of my health, I just had to call them off. We'll be rescheduling them very soon, and we'll continue with the interviews. But the big news is that the studio, the studio that I've been working on is almost ready, and it will be making its debut around WrestleMania. I cannot wait for you all to see it. It is the most beautiful thing ever. Like, it's beautiful. It's coming across very well. It's in the final stages of the whole construction, and I just cannot wait for you all to check it out. It's just great, So finally, I'll be getting rid of the green screens and everything, and finally we're gonna be having a nice physical studio. I cannot wait. It's gonna be good. All right, Cody's neck. I know, Randy. A lot of people have a lot of problems with Cody Rhodes' neck tattoos. Somebody, when he won the Royal Rumble, I saw somebody on Twitter writing that, how do you get somebody with a neck tattoo winning the Rumble or main eventing WrestleMania? So that's quite funny. But yeah, tattoos aren't going to help this ugly old. I agree. So with tattoos, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not behind tattoos. I don't like the idea of tattoos a lot, right? When I was younger, I absolutely love tattoos. Like, I love seeing Randy Orton's tattoos, and I used to say that I'm gonna get tattoos like Orton too. But now when I'm older and wiser, hopefully, I feel like tattoos are not my kind of thing. I wouldn't want to modify myself like that. So, not my thing. But I get the people who do tattoos, and it's a work of art. So, it's good. And here we are. Wait a second.
Jokers, beginning tomorrow night, 10, 9 Central, here on TBS, simulcast on True TV, and we have with us Q and Murr. Hey guys, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Listen, what is that behind that? It is the bat? Yeah, is that Chris Jericho's bat?
He's just my friend Floyd. I just happened to find.
Yeah, look at that. We got the official bat. Well, we figured, Chris Jericho was a guest on Impractical Jokers. Yeah. And he came on, he tortured me, he put me in an ice bath. Yeah, and to be honest, he wasn't really. He was kind of a diva.
Totally, he was a bit much. He was a bit much, I thought.
He always is. Yeah. Came in screaming for like a certain scented candle, and it wouldn't go on until we got him the scented candle.
The scent was? Loofah. He wants a loofah scented candle. That sounds like
you know what? AEW has already cringed me already with that thing, and now we have the Impractical Jokers right here. I'm trying to cut a promo or create a nice segment. This is just. It's funny. All right. Who the hell is right about Cody's tattoos? I know, true. It's like, I don't see it as a deal breaker, you know. I mean, it's cool, you know. He's the American Nightmare, and he wants to show it off to the world, so it's cool. It's cool, you know. I feel like Cody is bigger than his neck tattoo. So for the guy on Twitter who said that, how do you have somebody winning at the Rumble with the neck tattoo? I say chill out, because it's okay. Cody's a pretty cool guy. And yeah, good question here from True. He says, has Impractical Jokers ever been funny? You know, I've actually tried to watch a few episodes because I love, you know, reality television like that. But no, I did not. I found it cringy, not funny. You know what I did find funny, and you might actually think that, AJ, are you serious right now? But I did find funny this show that used to air back in the day. I feel like such an old man talking about it, right? But there was this show called The Silent Library. If you guys have not checked it out, look it up. It's the cringiest thing ever, right? I'm not even kidding. It's the cringiest thing ever, but it actually makes me laugh. Look up The Silent Library. They have episodes up on YouTube. And actually, they used to have WWE stars on the show. So you'll see guys like Dolph Ziggler on the show. The concept was that you have to be silent in the library while you're sitting with a group of friends, and they do tricks on you, like they hit you with the bat and stuff, but you have to be silent. It's so stupid, but it's so funny. That's right, I agree, True. Silent Library was funny. And you know what? Old television was better than new television because they kept it simple, and they kept it nice and sweet. Nice and simple concepts. Nowadays, when you look at television and anything, to be fair, it's very complicated. There are so many layers to it that you have to understand before you get into stuff. Back then was quite simple, right? Like, hit somebody with the bat, they have to be silent, just like that. So stupid, but so simple, and that's what I used to like a lot. Yeah, look up The Silent Library, guys, if you haven't already. I know that I'm gonna binge watch it before going to bed tonight. That's funny. Alright, let's see. Tattoos aren't going to help. Alright, I see you, Gary. I see you. That's right. Okay, here we are now. You know who these guys are? These guys are another a few guys whom tattoos are not going to help. The Young Bucks. No matter what they get, let it be face tattoos, neck tattoos, chest tattoos, I'm probably never going to get behind the Young Bucks. I mean, I respect them for the talent that they are, but I probably will never get behind them. But I do like Kenny Omega a lot, so I guess that balances out the whole stable as a whole. But yeah, the Young Bucks, I just find them as arrogant pricks. So that's that. But here we are, Kenny Omega in action. And I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen a Kenny Omega match. Because when I left, I think Kenny Omega was not back. Or was he almost back? But this should be good. This should be good. Let's see. Oh yeah, he was back. He won the titles and then I left. That's right. Okay, Chris says, what belts does Kenny have? I know the trios, but what's the fourth belt? Well, I don't. Can somebody help us out? What belts does he have? Let's see. Let's see if I can look it up. Actually, this guy is definitely a title collector, right? He just collects titles wherever he goes. Let's see. All right, so he is the AEW Trios World Champion, as we know, and he also is the current IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion. Let's see, what other titles does he have? NGPW US, thank you for that, Run DMG. Thank you for that, my brother. And here we are now. The match underway. Top Flight. Dante Martin. Dante Martin used to be... I used to think that Dante Martin was going to be such a big success, right? The momentum kind of slowed down, but I don't think that they've given up quite on Dante Martin yet, so that's a good thing. He still keeps going. What about Hook, guys? So, we know that Hook used to be such a hot act. Like, people just couldn't wait to watch the Hook matches. But what about Hook now? Has the hype kind of died down? Or do people still love Hook as much as they used to love him back in the day? Is the hype for Hook still alive? Or is he just another wrestler now? What do you think when you see Hook on TV? Jason says, AJ, like Kansas said, don't cry no more. The Elites, I know. I know, Jason. Don't cry no more. The Elites are back. I like that. That's correct. Yep. And here we are now. There you go. The Top Flight, of course, they're doing pretty well. The Elite in trouble, it seems. Jackson with a reversal. Nice. He gets the opener that he needs. Of course, the Young Bucks doing the dirty work. With the neck breaker. Alright, Dante Martin angry, and he pays the price for it seems. Actually, no, wait a second. Yep, drop kicks from the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega stepping in himself. Nice. Kenny Omega's just untouchable. I honestly feel like Kenny Omega's fantastic, and it's great to see these guys as the AEW Trio's champion. I don't know if any of the trio is deserving to hold the titles quite like the Elites right now, but in addition to that, I feel like Kenny Omega should be doing stuff that's bigger than the trio's world title, maybe something bigger as a solo competitor. I feel like Kenny Omega's just made for it. So even though he's, doing the whole trio stuff in AEW right now, I would love to see him on a bigger stage in AEW itself, but, performing for the, maybe fighting for the singles title. That'd be nice. Once again, nice chop across the chest right there from Kenny Omega. He's got the upper hand. Another big chop right there from Kenny Omega, just like that. And I know that somebody brought it up the last time we were talking. What happened to the championships, right? The predictions title, of course, the Galactic title. What happened to those? The titles, of course, since I was gone such a long time, it's been forever. So the titles will be brought back. Of course, we're gonna be having title matches one more time. The prediction title matches, we're gonna be having those starting with the next pay-per-view. So yeah, they're not gone anywhere. They're still around. And the next pay-per-view, we will be having the titles on the line. And of course, like always, we're also going to be having giveaways and stuff. So WrestleMania, that's coming up very soon. It's going to be the first event that we'll have a big giveaway for. So I'm still trying to, figure out what the giveaway prize will be. Suggestions are welcome. But WrestleMania will be the first event that will have a major giveaway. That's right. And here we are one more time. Commercial break, side by side. The Jacksons, the Elite in control. That triangle were good champions. The best of... I agree, true. No, the Dead Champions were fantastic. I really enjoyed them as the champions. That was a good run. That was a sweet run. What happened to the Dead Champions? Are they still together? Or, is there a dispute between the members? I hope that they're still together, though. Do you see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Jimmy and Solo at Mania? I actually would like that. I would like that a hell lot better than the triple threat match that a lot of people have been fantasizing about. I feel like that would be great. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn getting together is just a big win in itself. I really hope that these two once again become friends and align together and then, go after the titles. I think that would be just fantastic. And they would be great champions too. Honestly, a nice title run before, Kevin Owens turns on Sami Zayn again and we get a whole deja vu. I think that would be just fantastic. And I know that if these two, work together, Kevin Owens will eventually turn heel on Sami and they will fight again. It just has to happen. And I really hope it does happen. They're still together. Thanks for that, True. That actually is a good news. Thank you for that. Riddle versus Solo at Mania. Wait a second. Did you say Matt Riddle? No, Run DMG. Riddle is gone, right? Matt Riddle is not back yet, if I'm not wrong, correct? He's still not back. So, I hope he does. I hope Matt Riddle doesn't come back. I'm not fond of Matt Riddle, so I hope he doesn't come back by Mania. But if he does, I know what Matt not to look forward to. I hope he doesn't come back. I know it doesn't sound very good, but wow. Not a fan of Matt Riddle at all. Anyways, here we are now. Kenny Omega still in control. Elite still dominating. And if you look at the time right now, we have about 29 minutes left on the clock before the show is going to be over. It seems like the main event of the night actually is going to be the Acclaimed versus the Ass Boys. So it's a big deal. The main event and everything. So let's see how this goes. But once again, I must say, it feels so good to be talking to all of you. A big part of my life and a big part of me was missing all these months when I was not able to be on here and talk to all of you and watch wrestling with all of you. A big part was missing. I didn't feel like myself. I'm so happy to be back here, back with the family. Thank you once again to everybody. You checked in on me. Always was concerned and are always so loving and supportive. Thank you guys. And once again, here we are, the Jacksons, still dominating. I know the Elite's gonna win for sure. This is a no-brainer. The 420 bro is on a break in rehab. Yep. Good. I hope that, he just continues his break, at least until Mania. He can come after Mania, but Mania, I think we're fine without Riddle. And I really hope that now that Rick Boogs is back, I hope that Rick Boogs gets a nice match at Mania, because I think it will be a nice momentum booster for him to make up for the catastrophe that happened at last year's Mania 38. The opening match, Rick Boogs got injured in front of thousands of people watching, and now that he's back, I hope that he gets an opportunity to redo everything that he tried to do last year, and hopefully this time successfully. So Rick Boogs getting a Mania match will be sweet. And here we are, Kenny Omega once again in control. Irish up to the turnbuckle. Okay. Nice, the momentum's kind of changing here it seems, but of course the Jackson brothers trying to regain momentum. Doesn't work out very well for them. The Elite are losing grip of this match right now. Interesting. Elimination Chamber is next week on February 18th, says Chris. Should be interesting. Okay. Elimination Chamber. We are really on the road to WrestleMania right now. Dang, I wanted Riddle in. I know, Chris. Would be nice. AJ, Baron Corbin is the new Kurt Hawkins. I mean, it's true. Gary, you're right. Baron Corbin, I feel kind of bad for him right now because, like, Baron Corbin, the Lone Wolf Baron Corbin, Burl Corbin, Happy Corbin, Not So Happy Corbin, JBL Corbin, and now JBL's left Baron Corbin too. So, what's next for Baron Corbin? Is he gonna go back to being sad, unhappy, lonely Corbin? What's next for Baron? Quite interesting. Is this the end of the line for him? Where does he go from here? So many questions, honestly. So many questions. Okay, going for the cover on Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega kicks out. On that note, since we're talking about Baron Corbin, I have to bring this up. I've read a rumor, right? So I don't really trust Ringside News, but I read a rumor from Ringside News. I don't trust them, but I did read it, that apparently WWE wants Authors of Pain back. Based on my conversation with the Authors of Pain and all the stuff that they tried to do in the UK, and they really have, built a very negative, how do I say it? I think that Authors of Pain basically destroyed the repetition in the industry because of the scam that they tried to pull, or maybe did not really try to pull, but it seems like it was a scam, right? The whole WES. So they have really damaged their reputation in that way. And also, based on our chat, it didn't seem like they were eager to go back to the WWE. So do you buy that rumor that Authors of Pain are in the list of the people that WWE wants to bring back? I don't think so, but let me know what do you think about it. And here we are now, and if you would like to see them back. Dante Martin. Oh dear. Yeah, he's out. Jackson, of course, on the roll right now. Gets Dante Martin up. Dante Martin sees an opening, was trying to reverse, but makes a tag. I don't think Jackson realizes, but the tag has been made. That's right. With that being said, the Top Flight taking advantage, going for the cover on Jackson. It's a 3-on-1 cover. Are you kidding me right now? But Jackson still kicks out. That's pretty cool. Good for him. That was nice. He overpowered 3 people. I don't know how he did it, but did the referee not see that it was 3 people covering Jackson? How was that even allowed? Anyways, Ricky says next week, NJPW show, same time, and same day Elimination Chamber. Same time, same day. I guess I would have said that it's like suicide for any American promotion to do it. But if you talk about NJPW, their audience is kind of different. They have a lot of people who watch NJPW. Some of them don't watch WWE, so they might survive. It might work out for them, so it'll be interesting. Okay. And I don't want to see Lashley. I know, Chris. I've read this too. A lot of people are not very happy with this whole Lashley versus Lesnar booking. But I'll tell you something. Lashley's got to be happy because the time that I spoke to Lashley, I can tell you this for a fact. He wanted nothing more than a match against Brock Lesnar, and he wanted nothing more than working with Paul Heyman, right? And now he's at least getting one of those things. He's getting Brock Lesnar, so he's got to be a happy man, even though we are tired of seeing it. Some of us are. I know that he's happy, so that's good. And here we are, was gonna go for the cover on Jackson, almost a pinfall, but Kenny Omega gets in there just in time and breaks the cover. The match continues. It seems like it, Run DMG, right? We did see in the back the other day, MVP talking to Cedric Alexander, talking to Shelton Benjamin, then having a match. It seems like the Hurt Business is finally gonna be in business once again. Hopefully it happens, because that'd be a nice counter and a nice threat, a believable threat to Brock Lesnar if the Hurt Business reunite. So will be nice. And here we are, Dante Martin once again, unstoppable force. Jackson gets in here, taking on Dante Martin. Top Flight still trying to stay in control here, but they'll be outnumbered by the Elite without a doubt. Kenny Omega seems like he's ready to pull a number over here as well. Yep, it's gonna happen. Kenny Omega is gonna get the last shot, that's for sure. Jackson was gonna go for a big kick that's been countered, drop kick. Okay. And Kenny Omega now. It's got to be over now. That's for sure. This has to be it. Yep. The Elite. It's got to be over. There's no way. Oh, dear. And the Top Flight still break the cover. The match continues. Wow, did not see that coming. But honestly, they're just wasting time right now because one thing's for sure, and that is the Elite, they're gonna win. That's for sure. That's right, Ricky, I agree. It's been a good match. Tonight's show, overall, has been fantastic. I've got no complaints. I mean, from the beginning till now, it's been good. Also, very few commercials, so that's cherry on top. Kenny Omega now is looking to put this to an end. Wow, he gets out the way. Are you kidding me? He goes for the cover on Kenny Omega, and Kenny Omega kicks out. I almost thought that Kenny Omega lost for a split second right there, but Omega kicks out. Almost got us. And this is gonna be over. Going for the cover. It's a 1, it's a 2, and it's still a... Are you kidding me? He still kicks out? Omega now with a devastating kick right there, a knee to the face. Is he gonna go for the One-Winged Angel? Oh, it's gotta be it. It's gotta be the One-Winged Angel. Okay, oh my gosh, and a reversal to the One-Winged Angel, and a cover, and a kick out, and a 2.9. Kenny Omega is giving him everything he's got, but he's got an answer to everything that Kenny Omega is throwing at him. And a cover, and a reversal, and a roll-up. Is it gonna be? It's over. Kenny Omega gets the victory. Wow, with a roll-up pin. That's awesome. I mean, nobody lost their momentum. Neither of the teams truly lost here because that was a roll-up out of nowhere. I mean, I think, I had a hard time even understanding who was covering who. That happened out of nowhere. Kenny Omega got the victory, but in true reality, nobody lost momentum. That was a heck of a match. The ending was beautiful, and that counter to the One-Winged Angel, the most devastating of maneuvers in all of wrestling, the One-Winged Angel, that counter was amazing. Wow. That was a good match. That truly was a good match. And I'll tell you, Kenny Omega really instilled the fear. I've never taken the One-Winged Angel. Kenny Omega's never threatened me with the One-Winged Angel. But still, he instilled this fear of the One-Winged Angel so deep in my mind after I watched, this whole feud between himself and Rich Swann at Impact Wrestling when they put their titles, their world titles on the line. Kenny Omega just kept shouting, the One-Winged Angel, the One-Winged Angel, the One-Winged Angel at him so many times that it instilled in my heart the fear for the One-Winged Angel. It's crazy. Anyways, here we are now. Nice interview going on. I see a shop AEW. Oh, Hook's here. I see.
Hey, buddy. I was just talking about you. I was saying next time you're in Harlem, we can go to Sylvia's, get some mac and cheese, man. It's banging. I think
Hook, let him go. You're gonna hurt him.
Cautious with those words, sir.
Are you okay?
Who is this lady? Wait,
get medical.
she's a new interviewer, isn't she? I've never seen her before, but the way she overreacted to the whole situation, right? Asking Home Took to let him go because he was gonna hurt him. I thought this was a wrestling show and people are here to hurt each other, so that was funny. Oh wow. Are you kidding me? Mark Briscoe? Wait a second, you've got to be kidding me. Mark Briscoe is going to be on Rampage this Friday? What? I really was expecting that this guy would take some time off. But here we are. He's gonna be at work this Friday. But this is also one way to distract yourself from all that's going on. This is one way that a lot of people actually deal with the situation so severe and serious, that they try to distract themselves from the situation and find distractions at work. And this, I think, could be what Mark's doing right now. He could be finding some distraction here at work, by showing up at these events and doing it for the sake of his own brother and himself. So, sweet. Let's see what goes down this Friday night at Rampage when Mark Briscoe shows up with the microphone in hand. Should be interesting. Yes, Asia, she is new. I see it, Ricky. I see it. I'm not impressed so far, though. I'm not super impressed. Chris says, who do you see Moxley facing at Raw? I've got no idea because I think I'm a little out of loop right now when it comes to Jon Moxley. What is he up to? I know he's not the champion. It's been a while since he's been champion. But who has he been feuding with all this while since I've been gone? What's going on with Moxley? Chris, fill me in. Alright, with that being said, we're back on commercial. Hopefully the last full-on commercial of the night. And, because we only have about, 17 minutes left before the show's got to be over. Chris says it is going to be Mark Briscoe's second match in AEW. He beat Jay Lethal. That's right, Chris. Yep. It seems like this Friday night Rampage, I don't believe he's wrestling, but instead he's got to be there with a microphone and will be addressing the fans. Most likely we'll have a second match, maybe at Revolution, but let's see. Moxley versus Hangman Page. I see. All right, thanks for that, True. This should be a good match if that happens. Nice. Alright, with that being said, we are still on commercial. Lots of commercials, right? Anyways, let's see. It's been happening. It's been happening, True. Thanks for that, brother. Alright. I'll have to look it up. Just like I said, I did not watch any wrestling while I was away because it's just not fun watching wrestling alone without all of you guys. So I was totally out of the loop. Chris says he's been feuding with Hangman Page. All right, thank you. Mark Briscoe wrestled Jay Lethal on Jay Briscoe's. I did see it. Yes, Chris, I did see it. I was actually surprised the way he came out doing character work and staying true to his character and selling to the fans and everything. Fantastic. Just keep your emotions within yourself and go out there, do what he did for his brother and for the sake of their legacy. The Briscoes was unbelievable. It feels like yesterday, guys, when we watched the Crockett Cup and we watched Mark Briscoe and Jay Briscoe winning the Crockett Cup. It just feels like a few days ago, right? Unbelievable. And I remember that they were on the pre-show for that. They actually started off with the pre-show. They were in that tournament. The first match was featuring the Briscoes itself, and I was like, "Are they kidding me? Is NWA kidding me? How do you put the Briscoes on the pre-show? It's fantastic." Time flies, really it does. And here we are now. The Guns are coming out. The Ass Boys are coming out now. Mark Briscoe used the J. That's right. Yeah. All right. So it's the Ass Boys versus the adopted son of the Ass Man. Let's see how this goes down. The Acclaimed coming out.
Acclaim is still winning, they were for y'all. You will never finish us like the border wall. You ain't gonna get the title soon. We shoot you down like a Chinese spy balloon. Mic drop on the culo niños. Pendejos con huevos pequeños. Y'all are looking so mad, boys. You will never be acclaimed. You were just the Ass Boys.
Yes, we see it. The Acclaimed are indeed here. That's right. I love that, Ricky. The scissoring and all that stuff. Okay, alright. And we got Tones. Tones! Where have you been, brother? It's good to see you. Welcome back. I know you were here early on. Alright, good to see you, Tones. All right, that's right. Late than never is always better. You're right, brother. And here we are. You're in time here for the main event. It's gonna be the Acclaimed versus the Ass Boys. It's gonna be the Acclaimed versus the Guns. Let's see how this goes down. And also, we know that Billy Gunn is not gonna be here ringside for either of the parties because he doesn't want to be split. You know, it's his sons versus his adopted son, so he doesn't want to be here and create any more drama than is actually going down right here. Okay, with that being said, it's time for the main event. It should be good. Wow. Alright, with that being said, seems like the Guns here have got the upper hand to begin with. And we see the shop AEW branding at the bottom of the screen. It seems like AEW has entered some kind of a deal with Amazon. And you can actually buy some AEW merchandise now on Amazon as well. So that's pretty cool. And here we are one more time. They lock it up. Sweet. The Guns actually not too shabby. Now they're actually seems like they're holding their own territory here. I was cutting big. Oh really? Were you? All right. We got Hacksaw Tones over here. I see you, brother. Okay. Nice. Sweet. Alright, Andrew says, could it be possible that Ass Boys win the belts? I'd be surprised if that happens, but you never know. Maybe there's a turn coming. Maybe Billy Gunn comes, he just can't stay in the back. He actually comes out and maybe causes a distraction, and the Ass Boys end up winning the match. That would be crazy. I mean, anything's possible. This is the main event for a reason. If that happens, one thing's for sure, it's going to have a lot of people talking until at least next week. It's going to have me talking a lot about it. Max Caster, obviously, dominating. So is Anthony Bowens. Acclaimed right now have got the upper hand. You cleaning up the city. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's funny, Randy Energy. That's right. Tones here doing some good work. Go King AJ. I'm sending you the light beam shirt. Would you wear with your purple gear? The light beam shirt? Okay, sure. Yeah. Tones, that's sweet of you. Alright, here we are now. Back in the ring we are. Wow. Throwing him over the top rope just like that. The Acclaimed definitely have got the upper hand, and we are left with about 10 minutes before the show is going to be over. So all they've got is 10 minutes here to make something happen. I think 10 minutes is just too short of time to make a difference, and considering this time constraint, I think the Ass Boys are going to lose and the Acclaimed are going to retain. Yep. Had this match been a little bit longer, I think there would have been room for more drama, and the Acclaim might have won. But we only have a few minutes left before the show's gonna be over. I think Acclaim's gonna lose. It's gonna win. Yep, it's not gonna be the Gun Boys night tonight. Not tonight. That's right. And Andrew says, I enjoy the controversial drafts, but I'm getting tired of seeing them as you know what, Andrew? I mean, I was away for most of their title reign, but honestly, I can tell you what. I think the only reason why I'm not tired of them already is because I was away for so long, and I didn't have to sit through their raps and their pink gear and their title run all this while, right? So maybe that's why I'm not tired of them. But I get you, because I do agree. I did get a little bit tired of the same stuff over and over every single week from the Acclaim. I did get a little bit tired, so I understand the fatigue. I don't think it's their fault. I just feel like it's a fatigue that you get when you see the same stuff over and over, and I guess with the Acclaimed, it is quite repetitive, right? So, well, let's see though. I mean, I would like to spice it up. I would like to see titles changing hands tonight. Would be nice and refreshing, but you never know. You never know, truly. AJ, any juicy interview or plans coming soon? Tones, the one thing that I'm working on, and I'm really working hard on it right now, is the studio. Because when the studio comes, the whole game changes, right? So we're going to have a new 4K camera that's going to be used for all the streaming. All the streams will be in 4K. The everything changes. The whole atmosphere, the background, everything changes. So that's one big thing that I'm working on currently. And when that happens, the content changes gets a big upgrade. The interviews get a big upgrade. So everything changes when the studio happens, and it's going to happen starting WrestleMania. So eagerly looking forward to it. The microphone, the camera, the setup, everything gets a big upgrade. So really looking forward to it. And thank you for that, James. I have a nice cup of water over here. I'm going to get that. I know we missed that on Twitch, right? The point system where you could send me, stuff to do. Let it be take my glasses off or get a drink. That used to be pretty cool on Twitch. Yeah. And of course, the world title match, the tag team titles match is still underway. The Gun Boys putting on a fight. They're not going to go down so easily, and that's for sure. I think they are the only reps that don't know that they are that good. I get it, Andrew. I do get it. Let's see. You should have moving verts too. Oh, I'm not gonna eat any chili. Not at all. The chili needs to go. Are you kidding me, Andrew? Tones? No. That was tough. And I'll tell you, the day that you guys made me eat the chili, one of the Twitch executives actually showed up on the stream and they saw me eating the chili, and I got an email about it. But they were quite pleased. They were quite happy about it. And I'm like, I'm never doing it again. But that was funny. The exact same moment that I had to take a bite, actually had to go to get the chili, the Twitch executive showed up and he stayed back waiting for me to eat the chili. So that was funny. Yeah. I know. Oh, Tones, you can't see me. You got it. Alright, here we are one more time. It is Anthony Bowens who's got the upper hand, taking out this Gun Boys single-handedly himself right now. Max Caster, of course, he's out. He's down and he's out. But Anthony Bowens is enough for both of the Ass Boys, as we can see right now. AJ, I missed tell you take out the sunglasses. Oh, you missed me taking off my sunglasses, Ricky. Oh, it needs to come back. The point system needs to come back. I'll try to see if I can incorporate a way to bring it back right here on YouTube. I'll look into it. That's right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I did drink some tea. Thanks. I'll get some water. Alright, and here we are one more time. It is the Acclaimed, of course, both of them in control. And with the double Irish whips right there, oh dear. Anything can go down right here. Speaking of champions, you eat that chili like, I know I did, right? I totally did. I totally nailed it. Alright. It's been a sweet match, of course, the final few minutes right here. I still don't see the title changing hands. I think it's going to stay right here with the Acclaimed. It was going to go for the cover on the Ass Boy, but of course the cover has been broken up. Max Caster gets in the ring to even the odds. Let's see. Oh, AJ, what do you think of Veer and Sangra yesterday? Is the Mahal guy winning the NXT title from Braun Breaker? So is he feuding with Braun Breaker now? Veer Mahan. I think that's a very big threat, because I don't think that that this guy Braun Breaker has actually fought somebody the size of Veer Mahan and the momentum that Veer Mahan has. Yet he hasn't been any with a one-on-one against anybody quite like Veer Mahan. It's a pretty big threat, and I also feel like after WrestleMania, to be honest with you, I feel like it's the perfect opportunity, for Braun Breaker to actually move up to the main roster. So it's likely. I would not be surprised if Veer Mahan actually defeats Braun Breaker and also opens the door for Braun Breaker to go up to the main roster the night after Mania. I think it's possible. Yep. The referee is down indeed, Ricky, and this could be an opportunity for the Ass Daddy, for Daddy Ass, to come out here and create more drama in the ring than is actually going on right now. Tones? Oh dear. WWE was supposed to come to India. That got cancelled. I don't know if it's happening. Yep. They are going back to the UK. That's true, Ricky. Yep. But the Indian thing, I really don't think it's happening right now. I'll tell you, this is something that's more like top secret. This was supposed to happen, but it ended up not happening. Triple A was coming to India. It was supposed to come to India a week after the WWE. That was something that was supposed to happen. You know, I had been invited to the event to work there, but because of the WWE getting canceled, that ended up not happening as well. But AAA, in a very surprising move, had plans to come here. And, you know, it was supposed to happen in February, and I thought, okay, like, you know, it would be just perfect opportunity for me also to make my return, but on the big screen with AAA, but of course that did not happen, so maybe one day, though, maybe one day. Anyways. Oh dear, and just like that, in the final few minutes of the show, my stream gives out, so that's great. But guys, keep me updated. What's going on? We have like 2 minutes left before the show's gotta be over, so keep me in the loop. What is going on? Is Daddy Ass here yet? Just in the final few minutes, the decisive moments, the stream decides to turn heel on me. What the hell is going on? I see Wow from True. I see WTF right here from Tones. I see Oh No from Tones. Ricky says the match is over. What is going on, guys? Come on. This is just not the ideal situation. Not the place or the time when... Wait a second. Guns won? Are you kidding me? Wait. The Acclaimed's been dethroned? That's pretty big. Did Daddy Ass win, his boys win the match? Did he help them win the match? That is crazy. Gosh. Oh, I see it now. Holy crap. So it was Anthony Bowens, and the referee got in his way. The referee got knocked out. I see it. Oh dear. That got ugly real quick. We got new champions. The Guns, the Ass Boys, have become champions. That is crazy. Holy crap. Andrew, did you not say that you were tired of seeing the Acclaimed as champions? So I come back, and the Acclaimed, they lose to the Ass Boys. I am a curse that the Acclaimed never knew that they had. I am a curse to the Acclaimed. Gosh, I make my return, and the Acclaimed, they're no longer champions. I love that. I love that. Yeah, that's right. Holy crap, Andrew, that is correct. The Acclaimed are champions. And, I'm sorry, the Ass Boys are champions, and the Acclaimed are no more champions. I don't know. They have lost their titles now. Maybe they lose their adopted daddy, their Daddy Ass next. You never know. Because gold attracts people in all sort of way. Maybe Daddy Ass will finally join the Ass Boys, the new tag team champions. That's right, now we have something to talk about till next week. That's right, Gary, without a doubt. This will be interesting. You're right, True. This is great. And honestly, this makes Revolution a lot more interesting. Now we not only have MJF and Bryan Danielson, who are going to be going head-to-head at Revolution, but we also have this whole drama between the Ass Boys, Daddy Ass, and of course the Acclaimed. It's got to be good. Revolution just cannot be here soon enough. When they lost this match and the belts is no time. I know, they lost it in no time. It was fantastic. Tonight's show was fantastic from the start to the end. I had a great time. Honestly, my cheeks hurt because I've been smiling so much because this show has been that good. And you guys, of course, have been fantastic. So I'm going to give tonight's show, actually, a 9 out of 10. I would give it a 10 out of 10, but there should always be room for improvement. So I'll give it a 9. It was a solid A+. I love the show. It was a great night. Indeed, James, it was a great night. So when is Revolution? I believe it's in like 2 weeks' time. So yeah, it's about in 2 weeks. So great timing. Cannot wait. It should be a good pay-per-view. Thank you for that, Tones. Thank you for that. That's right. It was a fantastic night, 7 out of 10. I think that does justice to the show. That's right. And once again, I must thank all of you for being here. It was a great night. It was lovely watching the show with all of you. I hope everybody has a good night. You guys sleep well. And of course, I'm going to be seeing you all for SmackDown and for Rampage. 7 out of 10 from James and from Ricky. I see if we get an 8 over here as well. That is great. From Gary, my brother. We get 9 from Chris. Heck yeah, brother. High five. I love that. And great to hear your voice. My brother Andrew, thank you so much. And I'm going to be on Discord very soon as well. So once I'm there, we will also be connected on Discord 24/7. So that'd be pretty cool. Thank you, Tones. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody. Ricky, all of you guys. James, I would give you a big old hug. Thank you, True, Gary, my brothers, Andrew. have a good night. You all sleep well. I love you back, Ricky. Take care. And of course, I'm going to be seeing you all for SmackDown on Friday night for SmackDown and Rampage. And we'll be hearing from Mark Briscoe. So that should be good. It should be damn good. Have a good night, y'all. Sleep well. And I'm going to be seeing you on Friday night. Take care, guys. Much love to all of you. 10 out of 10. I love that, Ricky. Take care. Have a good night, guys. Tones. Bye-bye. Bye, True. Take care. Thank you.